The cave was trapped in chaos. It's not from darkness, but from unpredictable currents that swallowed everything. Myra's grandfather, Mr. Ray, had followed a glowing fish into the sea, and poof, he was gone. Her compass of currents, a tool that mapped hidden water paths, began to shimmer. Now, you can be the new cave keeper and make sure everyone stays safe. Tide beamed, his earlier arrogance forgotten. I won't let you down, he promised, taking the compass of currents from Mira. From that day forward, Tide used his powers to guide the currents and protect the cave, making sure no one got lost in the waters ever again. And Mira continued her adventures, exploring the ocean and searching for new and exciting discoveries. As for her grandfather, well, he just sat back and marveled at the wonders of the sea, happy to have such a brave and brilliant granddaughter. Suddenly, a dark shape emerged from the churning waters. It was the king of the currents, the underwater thief. He wore a crown of whirlpools and sneered at Mira. You won't outmatch my chaos, girl. He snatched her compass, plunging it into the current. But Mira reached into her satchel and pulled out a Tide vial, a smaller version of the compass. She aligned them and poof, the water around her grandfather began to part like the Red Sea. The underwater thief, who called himself Tide, snarled, So you found one of the vials? You think you can stop me? He challenged, forming a whirlpool to trap Mira, but she stood firm. I may not be able to beat your chaotic powers, but I can bring order to these waters. She spun the vial, matching Tide's whirlpool with a whirlpool of her own. Then she reached out to steady her grandfather. His eyes widened as he saw the swirling waters around them. It's all right, Grandpa. I got this, Mira reassured him. And Tide watched in surprise as Mira waded deeper into his maelstrom, her determination unwavering. Mira and Tide battled for control of the cave, their powers clashing like thunderclaps under the sea. Tide created walls of water to crush her, but Mira countered with her own currents, guiding the water around her grandfather and her precious compass. All the while, her heart pounded like a drum solo in her chest. Finally, Tide made one fatal mistake. He tried to drown Mira's compass, but just as he thought he had trapped her, she pulled out her Tide vial and stabilized the water around her grandfather, creating a safe haven in the midst of the storm. Panting, but unhurt, Myra confronted Tide. Why won't you let the waters flow? She asked, her voice echoing through the cave. I was just trying to protect the cave, Tide mumbled, ashamed. But you don't need to destroy everything to do that, Mira replied, holding out her hand. Let me show you another way. Hesitantly, Tide took her hand and felt a surge of warmth spread through him. Myra led him to the heart of the cave, where a giant clam lay open like a treasure chest. Inside, nestled on a bed of kelp, was a pearl that pulsed with a soft light. This is the cave heart, Mira explained. It needs water to stay alive, but too much or too little, and it loses its glow. The currents here are out of balance, so the cave is in danger. Tide looked from the fading pearl to Mira and back again. Maybe I can help, he said quietly. And together they worked to restore the cave. Tide using his powers to create channels for the water to flow, and Mira guiding the currents with her compass and Tide vial. As the water flowed more steadily, the cave heart began to glow, brighter than before. Finally, when the cave was calm and the pearl glowed with renewed vigor, Mira turned to Tide. Thank you for listening, Tide.